Anton, May 2023, off-court review. Sunny day in Odense. Isn't it nice? Now, let me try to demonstrate some of the things that I mentioned in the technical tape. Okay, so hopefully this helps. Now, we have been talking about the unit turn on the forehand side since last summer. Okay? Now, the thing is, you're a strong boy, which is great. Okay? Now, you don't want to overcook it. You don't want to, like, when you can be efficient. Okay? You need to be efficient. Now, for the ready position, on the forehand volley, you really want to keep those elbows out, even though it feels awkward, okay? It's going to help you on both sides. But now, for the forehand volley, you keep the elbow out, you turn, the racket face is vertical, okay? You have the grip between number 2 and number 3, which you do great, okay? Now, with the racket face vertical, you step and go forward. As you can see, I didn't move the wrist. If the elbow goes down, then you're going to hit the ball with the wrist. You don't want to do that, okay? You want to keep the elbow out, you want to turn, you want to step forward, even if you do it in speed, okay? Ready position, okay? So you want to hit the ball through body momentum, you want to hit the ball by reflecting the speed of the incoming ball, and you're going to be able to do it if you bring the wall to the ball. If you can limit for each degree that you need to realign the racket face to the contact point, it's calculation, okay? And guess what? When you're under pressure or when you're a little tired, the calculation doesn't work anymore, okay? The brain is sophisticated, but under pressure, it's good to have systems that you can trust, okay? So that's why it's so important. Now, with the forehand ground stroke, okay? Lots of good things, lots of good spacing away from the ball. You're hitting the ball way away. You're keeping the head super still on the ball. Big positive. On the unit turn, it could help you massively, okay? If you adopted the same system that I'm suggesting you, that Steve has been suggesting you for the forehand volley. Because if you just turn, unit turn, keeping the elbow up, as you can see, the racket face is looking forward, okay? But if the elbow collapses, you know, and then you set the hand in this position before turning, okay? Now, where is the racket face looking? It's looking downwards, right? So what you want to do is really to have a really solid forehand return. And that could be a major, major weapon. I mean, the returns now in today's game, they're becoming even more important than the serve. Like, everybody's a good serve. So that's not a big plus anymore, you know? But now the real difference maker is being the return. You really want to look tennis, okay? Look how it's evolving. And you will see that both in men's and women's tennis, the returns are becoming a paramount, okay? So you need to be able to take the return on the rise. You need to be able to take the return early. You want to have efficient swings when you return. Now, if your first idea when you see the ball on the forehand side is being here and then here, you know, then of course you will have to be wristy to adjust when the ball comes fast. It's just the same process that you should be practicing in front of the mirror for the forehand volley, okay? Unit turn, you turn for a forehand return, but it's basically a forehand volley. It's a forehand volley turn with the forehand grip, okay? And from this position, you take a small swing and you step forward. That's a forehand return, right? So you don't need to do all the extra movement. On the forehand, you have a little bit extra time. But if you have one system that works, okay, as far as just turning and swinging, okay, that's going to be the same that you use. Again, the thing that I'm suggesting is, like, try to work first on the forehand volley and then try to adapt it on the forehand return. Because if you can see in your game, you are missing quite a few volleys, but the thing that is getting you in most troubles at your level right now is that sometimes you're not able to start the rally with the return, especially on the forehand side. And sometimes I get a little pissed off because when you get the return on the forehand, instead of trying to put it in play and start the point, you try to slap it. It's going to work one time, it's going to go out 10 times, okay? That's not a high percentage, aggressive high percentage tennis that you want to play. You want to be able to place the return deep, right at the feet of the opponent, and then build up the point, okay? The slap like that, yes, great. You know, you're going to make the highlight reel. But remember, solid shots win the match. Crazy shots make the highlight reel, but they don't win the match. They actually make you lose the match if you keep being wrist, and also you risk getting injured in the wrist, in the elbow, in the shoulder if you get too much loosey-goosey when you hit the return, okay? So careful with that. Adopt one system, practice it, and become really good at it, okay? But start with the forehand volley and take it to the forehand return. Keep the elbow up, you're gonna be able to take the return earlier. Good. Look at Andre Agassi. Go on YouTube, make a study. How was Andre Agassi returning? How is Djokovic returning on the forehand side? Okay, how are the really good returners returning? How is Elena Rybakina? Dude, she's great returning. Okay, so just become a student of the game, love the game. Okay. Now, backhand side, same idea, but more. Okay, meaning that you have this elbow collapsing down on the two-handed backhand volley, which we haven't been practicing. Again, practice it in front of the mirror. When you warm up, you can practice that too. Okay, you can keep that in mind. Oh, we're warming up on a Tuesday afternoon. Let me hit a couple of two-handed backhand volleys just to practice my two-handed backhand return, right? Be smart about your game. Now, elbow up, racket face is vertical. The foot is pivoted, you step forward, okay? If you do it in speed, it's the same idea. Ready position, elbows out. You see that my racket didn't open for 1 second, okay? My elbow is not down. If my elbow is down, the racket face opens and then I have to realign. It's not gonna work, okay? The grip is good grip, positive. Now, two-handed backhand ground stroke. You have all the cards to have a really good two-handed backhand. You're using your body extremely well, okay? If you put together how you're coiling with the body and you know how you're lifting up, how you're snapping, there is no reason why you shouldn't have an extremely good backhand. Now, sometimes you lose consistency. Why? Because, as I explained in the technical tape, you're here, the elbow collapses, the racket face opens slightly, and then you have to collapse the wrists to readjust it, and then you get snappy, you get wristy. It's not a consistent way to hit a tennis ball. It's gonna work sometimes, it's gonna cripple under pressure, and that's why it's important, okay? And plus, it's extra stress in the joint. So, if you can turn like you turn for a two-handed backhand volley with the elbow up, you keep the chicken wing, okay? Don't let it slide. And from this position, you swing, you're gonna be a lot more consistent. And regarding the power, yes, when you are loose, when you relax, I think a bird just pooped on my head. Great. But now, when you relax, this is ridiculous. Now, when you swing fast, yes, there is gonna be a little bit of a lag and snap of the wrist. You don't wanna try to do it. You don't wanna practice it, okay? It's gonna happen when you hit the ball relaxed, then let it happen. But do not practice it on purpose. When you practice slowly, you practice stiff. When you play, you let it go. But when you practice efficient swings, especially when you play in the short court, okay? This needs to be your technique review, technique tempo, okay? You need to stick to the process. One-handed backhand volley, underspin backhand, same idea, okay? You turn, you change the grip, you straighten the arm, this elbow is collapsed. If this elbow is collapsed, the racket face opens up. Then you hit the ball downward, okay? And then you end up in these jazz hands positions, okay? If the hand is looking up and you're saying jazz, you know, this is not a sign of a good backhand volley. So again, you want to stick it. You want to turn with the elbow up, step and go forward, okay? The palm is down. Did you see how I'm propelling myself forward with the non-dominant arm? Boom, okay? Now, you have a good grip to be able to stick the volley, to go extremely fast when you hit it and to hit a flat volley right at the body of the opponent when you play doubles. So, it's good sometimes to play fancy and do the fancy stuff. Don't overdo it, okay? Don't overcook it. You have a good grip, it's a lot more efficient to stick it, okay? So from here, practice it, ready position, hit it flat, and extend. Okay, and then yes, sometimes you can practice the fancy stuff, but you know, on a regular basis, you have a much better chance to win the point and to play aggressive percentage tennis if you place the first volley deep and then you put away the second volley, okay? It's like tic-tac-toe. Connected, of course, to the one-handed backhand volley is the underspin backhand, right? Same idea. If this elbow collapses, the racket is gonna be in this position, and then you're gonna have a really hard time not swinging across the baseline this way. You are making an effort, which is a big positive, like trying to go out to the target and finish with the archway. Great. It is going to be a lot easier to do that when you have the left elbow raised, okay? And that's going to help you stabilize the racket. So when you swing forward, you don't have to realign it. Yes, you're going to find very few pros nowadays that hit a really solid underspin backhand approach, great. Now, you are being given, and you have been given, and again, it's not my information, okay? There's the stuff from back in the day, there's the stuff from Vic Braden, there's the stuff from Welby Van Horn, Dennis Van der Meer. You're standing on the shoulder of giants, okay? So again, this is the information to hit a great underspin backhand approach, like Martina Navratilova, you know, like Steffi Graf, like Jimmy Connors. Actually, Jimmy Connors was a little two-handed. But again, you have the information, you can use it. That can be a weapon to give variety to your game, okay? So, why not practice it, okay? Elbow up, chicken wing, uniturn, drive it forward, okay? And then, yes, sometimes you will do the crazy stop ball, sometimes you will do the defensive slice, underspin back and letting it go because you need time to recover to the baseline, like you're gonna see most of the pros do nowadays. But again, you need to learn and you need to practice driving the underspin, okay? With the karaoke step, which you already do. Now, overhead and serve. The grip is good, arm action is fairly clean. At contact, sometimes you're in this position, okay? With the head looking either at the ground or at the bushes over there, okay? If the head goes down, the body goes down, the shoulder stays back, that's extra stressed on the rotator cuff over here, okay? So you really want to be careful and you really want to practice it every time you hit a shot over your head to keep the head still, keep the eyes up, keep the eyes at the hit. For some reason it doesn't come natural to you. It comes natural to you on the forehand, you're hitting the ball, you're staying there. Great, big positive. Roger did it. Roger did it on the serve too, okay? So the point is, you know, why not be like Roger? Why not, you know, hitting the overhead, doing the crossover step, coiling the body, hitting and keeping the eyes at the head longer than you need to, okay? Because you need to overcorrect to be able to do it naturally under pressure, okay? Because naturally, otherwise you're gonna pull down because you want to see if the ball is going in the court or not. You're already looking forward to see your awesome shot. No, you wanna look at the ball first. Keep the eyes up. If the head stays up, eyes stay up, head stay up, body stay up, you're gonna be in a stronger position at contact. You're gonna be up here instead of being down here, okay? It's a small adjustment. It's a big difference for the shoulder. Same on the serve. Lots of positives, okay? Toss is good, good explosiveness. Now, as I mentioned, on the overhead, okay, and on the serve, I am talking about it also with in the other videos to the others. You will see how sometimes, you know, you do hit the smash. Now, let me get out here. You do hit the smash with this side of the racket, okay? You try to give it a little bit, you know, only spin. Now, if you want to get extra pop, what do you have? Again, I told you last week, go on YouTube, check out a video of Pete Sampras playing, okay? You can also look at Ben Shelton, okay? You can also see Holger Rune. You can see Alcaraz, okay? What do they do after they hit the ball? You need to see it in slow motion, okay? Pete Sampras you can see with the naked eye because he's really extreme on that. But the others, you'll see in slow motion that after contact, the strings are going out to the target. The elbow is staying slightly up, and then they go down, okay? So that's one thing that you do sometimes on serve because you're swinging so fast, but sometimes you hold back on the overhead. So you really want to keep in mind that you can snap out and pronate and use the last link of the kinetic chain. It's the same that you use when you snap your fingers up here. It's the same muscles that you use when you stay up with the ready position, okay? Forearm, pronation, internal rotation of the shoulder. Boom. Ready position, out on the serve. It's all connected, okay? It's a system. At the end of the day, we are just like a Lego machines put together with the joints. So, really, on the serve, same idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the eyes up. You're doing a good job with the left arm. And that's why you're being so explosive. The timing is good. Great stuff. 3, 4. The only thing that can be improved, I mean, not the only thing. There is, of course, like many things that can be improved, like the toss being farther in front, farther out to the right on the first serve. Maybe you can use a little bit more of a deeper leg push to get some height over the net also on the first serve, okay? Sometimes you rush it a little bit. But the main thing that can be improved is the same as the overhead, okay? You don't want to hit the serve 1, 2, 3, 4 when you're hitting the ball looking down at the bushes, okay? You want to be looking up at the ball, stay up with the body, hit a solid serve. And that could be a major weapon in your game just as much as the return. I hope this helps to give you some visual, okay? So let's get to work. You never know, okay? Remember, success, John Wooden, peace of mind, knowing that you have done the best to become the best that you're capable of becoming, okay? You don't want to be a could be, man. Let's get to work. See you.